CompTIA Network Plus Certification Exam N1009. Question 1. A technician needs to crimp a crossover network cable. Which cable configuration is correct for a crossover cable? Pin 1 to pin 1, pin 2 to pin 2 on both ends. Pin 1 to pin 3, pin 2 to pin 6 on opposite ends. Pin 1 to pin 2, pin 3 to pin 6 on both ends. Pin 1 to pin 8, pin 2 to pin 7 on opposite ends. In a crossover cable, send pins 1 and 2 on one end, connect to receive pins 3 and 6 on the opposite end. This allows two similar devices, e.g. two switches, to communicate directly without a hub or switch. Question 2. Which network attack overloads a server, service, or website with excessive traffic, causing it to time out or crash? Ransomware, virus, DOS/DDoS attack, rainbow table attack. A denial of service, DOS, or distributed denial of service, DDoS, attack overwhelms a target with traffic, exhausting its resources and making it unavailable to legitimate users. Ransomware encrypts data, viruses cause harm, and rainbow tables crack passwords. Question 3. What technology allows connecting two ports between switches for redundancy and increased bandwidth? VLANs, link aggregation, ACLs, access control lists, PoE, power over Ethernet. Link aggregation, also called port aggregation or NIC teaming, combines multiple physical links between switches into a single logical link. This provides fault tolerance. If one link fails, others work, and load balancing, increased bandwidth. Question 4. Which port is used for secure email transmission? 25 SMTP, 110 POP3, 143 IMAP, 587 SMTP with TLS. Port 587 with Startle's encryption is the standard for secure email submission from clients to servers. Ports 25, 110, and 143 transmit email in clear text, unencrypted, and are not considered secure. Question 5. Which tool can determine which internet link is being used for a web application when multiple links are present? Ping, tracer/traceroute, IP protocol configuration, lookup. Traceroute on Windows shows the path packets take to a destination, revealing which router interface and thus which internet link is being used. Ping tests connectivity. IP protocol configuration shows local IP settings, and lookup queries DNS records. Question 6. Users are being diverted to entirely different websites than what they typed. What type of attack is this? Spoofing, DOS, denial of service, DNS poisoning, social engineering. DNS poisoning, or DNS spoofing, occurs when DNS records are altered, causing legitimate domain names to resolve to malicious IP addresses. Users are redirected to fake websites without their knowledge. Spoofing pretends to be something else, DOS causes outages, and social engineering tricks people. Question 7. Which network topology requires the most connections cables when implemented? Bus topology, ring topology, star topology, mesh topology. A mesh topology connects every device to every other device, creating the maximum number of connections. The formula N1/2 calculates the number of connections, where N is the number of devices. This provides high redundancy but is expensive and complex. Question 8. To provide exactly 7 usable IP addresses on a subnet with minimal waste, which subnet mask should be used? 255.255.255.224/27, 255.255.255.240/28, 255.255.255.248/29, 255.255.255.252/30. A/28 subnet 255.255.255.240 provides 16 total IP addresses with 14 usable addresses, 16 to 2 for network and broadcast. This meets the requirement of 7 usable addresses while wasting only 7 addresses, which is the minimal waste among the options that provide enough addresses. Question 9. To avoid channel overlap when placing multiple access points close together, which channels should be used? Channels 1, 2, 3. Channels 1, 5, 9. Channels 1, 6, 11. Channels 4, 7, 10. In the 2.4 GHz band, channels 1, 6, and 11 are the only non-overlapping channels. Using these 3 channels prevents interference between access points placed near each other, ensuring optimal wireless performance. Question 10. Which server role must be installed and configured to automatically assign IP addresses to devices on a network? ADS, Active Directory Domain Services. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DNS, Domain Name System. Hyper-V. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, automatically assigns IP addresses, subnet masks, default gateways, and DNS servers to client devices. ADS manages user accounts, DNS resolves domain names, and Hyper-V creates virtual machines. Question 11. Which IP address range is used for APAPA, automatic private IP addressing, when a DHCP server is unavailable? 10.0.0.0, 10.255.255.255, 169.254.0.1, 169.254.255.254, 127.0.0.0, 127.255.255.255, 192.168.0.0, 192.168.255.255. APAPA addresses always start with 169.254.x.x. When a device cannot reach a DHCP server, it self-assigns an address in this range to communicate with other devices on the same local subnet only. 10.x.x.x and 192.168.x.x are private addresses, and 127.x.x.x is loopback. Question 12. What is the loopback address used for testing a device's own TCP IP stack? 10.0.0.0.1, 127.0.0.1, 169.254.0.1, 192.168.0.1. The loopback address 127.0.0.1 allows a device to communicate with itself for testing and diagnostics. Data sent to this address loops back internally without leaving the device, verifying that the TCP IP stack is functioning correctly. Question 13. What is the primary benefit of network segmentation? Link aggregation, load balancing, security through isolation, network analytics. Network segmentation divides a network into smaller isolated segments, like compartments on a ship. If an attacker compromises one segment, they are contained and cannot easily access other segments, limiting damage. This provides security through isolation. Question 14. When a user brings a personal router to work, causing connectivity issues, what has most likely been introduced to the network? Spyware, honeypot, evil twin, rogue DHCP server. A personal router typically has DHCP enabled by default, which will assign incorrect IP addresses to devices on the network, a rogue DHCP server. This causes IP conflicts and connectivity issues. An evil twin is a fake Wi-Fi access point with the same SSID as a legitimate one. Question 15. To prevent unauthorized hosts from connecting via Ethernet at Layer 2, which control should be implemented on a switch? Access Control Lists, ACLs. Captive Portal. WPA, Wi-Fi Protected Access. Port Security. Port security restricts which MAC addresses can connect to specific switch ports and can shut down ports when unauthorized devices are connected. ACLs control traffic flow but don't prevent connection at Layer 2. Captive Portal and WPA are wireless security methods. Question 16. A Cat5 cable run of 150 meters, 492 feet, is planned between a PC and a switch. According to Ethernet standards, what is the likely issue? EMI/RFI interference. Exceeds maximum distance, attenuation. Humidity damage. Using switches instead of repeaters. The maximum distance for twisted pair Ethernet, Cat5, Cat5e, Cat6, is 100 meters, 328 feet, according to IEEE standards. A 150-meter run exceeds this limit, causing signal attenuation, weakening, and potential data loss or no connectivity. Question 17. With which cloud service model does the customer have the least amount of control? IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service. PaaS, Platform as a Service. SaaS, Software as a Service. DaaS, Desktop as a Service. SaaS, Software as a Service, provides ready-to-use software over the internet. The customer has no control over the underlying infrastructure, operating system, or platform. IaaS provides the most control, virtual machines. PaaS provides moderate control, development platforms, and SaaS provides the least. Question 18. Which wireless security protocol provides the best security? WP, WPA, WPA2, HTTPS. WPA2, Wi-Fi Protected Access 2, uses AES encryption and provides the strongest security among wireless protocols listed. WP is the oldest and least secure. WPA is an improvement, but still vulnerable, and HTTPS is for web encryption, not wireless network security. Question 19. Which disaster recovery mechanism can be made operational in the least amount of time, near instantaneous failover? Cold site, warm site, hot site, off-site backup. A hot site is a fully equipped backup facility with servers, networking, and power ready to take over operations within minutes or hours, near instantaneous. Cold sites may take days or weeks, warm sites take hours to days, and off-site backups require restoration time. Question 20. Biometrics, fingerprint scans, retina scans fall under which authentication factor category? Something you know, something you have, something you are, something you do. Biometrics fall under /something you are. Question 21. After a rogue DHCP server is disabled, what command should be run on affected clients to obtain a new valid IP address? IP protocol configuration/release. IP protocol configuration/renew. IP protocol configuration/flushdance. IP protocol configuration/registerns. IP protocol configuration/renew requests a new IP address from the correct DHCP server, while /release releases the old invalid IP. The question asks specifically for obtaining a new valid IP, making /renew the best single answer. The other commands are for DNS cache management. Question 22. An attacker inputs common words and phrases in plain text to a password prompt. What type of attack is this? Rainbow table attack, brute force attack, dictionary attack, denial of service, DOS, attack. A dictionary attack uses a predefined list of common words, phrases, and passwords to attempt to gain access. This differs from brute force attacks, which try every possible combination of characters, and rainbow table attacks, which use pre-computed hash tables. Question 23. Which of the following connector types is used with fiber optic cables? RJ45, RJ11, SC, subscriber connector, F-type connector. SC, subscriber connector, is a fiber optic connector with a square push-pull design. RJ45 is for twisted pair Ethernet cables, RJ11 is for telephone cables, and F-type connectors are for coaxial cables, cable TV/internet. Question 24. What is the maximum distance for a standard Ethernet, Cat5e/Cat6, cable according to IEEE standards? 50 meters, 164 feet. 100 meters, 328 feet. 150 meters, 492 feet. 200 meters, 656 feet. The IEEE 802.3 standard specifies a maximum segment length of 100 meters, 328 feet, for twisted pair Ethernet cables, Cat5e, Cat6, etc. Beyond this distance, signal attenuation becomes significant, causing data loss and connectivity issues. Question 25. Which of the following is a non-overlapping channel in the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band? Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 11. In the 2.4 GHz band, only channels 1, 6, and 11 are non-overlapping. Channel 11 is one of these three. Channels 2, 5, and 7 overlap with adjacent channels and will cause interference when multiple access points are placed close together.